Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video on this channel for me today on F124. So, for the past few weeks now, since I have some good races on there, I was thinking, in today's video, I was thinking in my head right now, what's needs fixing on F124 on this game. So, there are some few things on there to what needs fixing on F124, so not like making a NIS or like that, but I'm just gonna say and on my thoughts on this game and see what needs fixing and what they could have done better on this game, and also maybe some ideas as well. So like few ideas of this game, what needs to be better and something like that. So the first thing on this, well, I was thinking, well, of course the main important one of this game is the handling and curbs, of course. So yeah, the handling is the first thing on the list because the handling is saying it's so bad or it's terrible, it's worse than 22, I'm guessing. So last time we had the worst handling. Yeah, so what happened was, since the handling wasn't that great, since the game came out, and there have been fixes on the handling side, and of course the curbs as well, to make sure the curbs are kind of a bit easy to go on at some of the corners, but since it being updated for the few patches, about a few months now, the curbs are a little bit impossible, a little bit restricted to go on, so it's not bad. So at least you can avoid it a little bit, and it makes it better for racing and all that. And also some people might make mistakes on that, if you're doing open lobbies, or sometimes doing a lead race maybe, or something like that. Or even sometimes like Five Nappers, what I'm doing right now. If it came like Monza or something, or other tracks have curves on it. Yeah, so that's fine, but the handling side, it has proved a little bit, a couple of times on these patches, but some say in the comments I had on the pre-season patch on the 5th note, if you still haven't seen it yet, make sure you check that out. I had some comments on it about the handling, the game. It's just the handling is just hasn't improved yet. So what the worst thing they did is they made driver's career mode a bit fresher. So I don't mind it. It's just they were focusing on driver's career instead of the handling. So that's what happened on this game. So if they focus on the handling first instead of driver's career, the handling would have been alright. Or what they could have done is kept the 23 handling like on last year's game, and then would have been absolutely fine. So if they kept last year's handling on 23, that would have been alright for this game. And then that would have been okay. But I don't understand why they went for this handling instead of the 23 handling, what we don't mind. Because the 23 handling wasn't too bad compared to 22. And then this handling is a little bit worse than 22, I'm guessing. So, or I'm not sure what happened. It's a bit strange, but I just hope their next patch will be on the handling side, so make it more better, and make the handling a bit better for some players, some very fast drivers, of course, including myself as well, or even other YouTubers as well. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I have to say about the handling. So if they kept the 23 handling, would have been alright. So I mean, it can't be that hard, can it? If they kept the 23 handling, would have been fine. So that's what I was thinking of for the past few months. I just don't understand why they went for this bit instead of 23 handling, what we don't mind. Yeah, of course they focus on driver's career, so that's why. So that's why on the handling side, so that's what it is. Also, there was also bumps on the circuits, like Silverstone. There were like a few bumps on there when you go down towards Brooklands, and of course a little bit at Turn 1 as well. There were some bumps on the circuits, so I'm not sure that needs fixing, or maybe it's just designed how it is in real life. I'm not really sure. So I hope that's not an issue, or for some players, but if it is, let me know. I hope there's bumps on the circuit like Silverstone, maybe needs fixing a little bit. I'm not sure, but I'll have to wait and see on that. So other tracks, like, we've got Portimao on there, onto the game. And of course China as well, because it's being back on the Canada on this year's, on F1 24. Well, for the real life Canada, for this year. I'm not sure about why they got rid of France, because of more storage and all that.
Nice one. Very lovely drive. On to the next one.
I think maybe got rid of France because they need more storage because of the driver's career, because it needs because it's freshening up a little bit. That's why it's for this year's game. So maybe classic tracks would be a good idea, like, I don't know, like Hockenheim, that'd be a good shout. Malaysia, even better. Even Turkey as well, ESM Park, even better too. And also other classic tracks as well, like Brands Hatch, like in real life, or even like in the 80s, like it was on 2013 when we had one in Spain, and then we had Brands Hatch in the 80s, so, or something like that. So that's quite cool. I mean, that would be quite cool to have classic tracks on here. That would be fantastic. So something like that. That would be like an idea on my NES. I'm not sure about classic cars though, because I don't know. Maybe like F1 classic cars like in the past, or even like or something like that. They might have F2 in... They've still got F2 cars though, so they might... I haven't tested F2 yet on this game, so I'm not sure if it's bad or good or not. They will still have F1... They will have F1... They still have F2 cars for this year's game, so later down the line, maybe around autumn time, I think, that'll be where F2 cars will come in to play. So I don't mind that. So I was thinking classic tracks would be a good idea instead of classic cars, so it makes it a little bit... Maybe we need more classic tracks, that's what we need. So we can have different tracks, have fun on there, and then also like that. That'd be quite cool or something like that. For multiplayer and online, maybe career mode 2, and then also time trial maybe a little bit, just for fun. Try and get good times on all that. So, yeah, like that. Other thing on my list needs fixing is not just DRS's. DRS is a bit powerful on this year's game, similar like on F1 23, so I don't mind it. So it's better than 22. EOS mode, I don't mind the EOS mode on this year's game. Like you turn into none, you save EOS, and you build hot lap if you want to try go as fast as you can, and you can use overtake to overtake somebody. So if you're trying to overtake somebody, you can't just choose deployment all the way up to overtake. You have to put in, it goes up to hot lap. So I remember it was fixed on that patch. So because you can't move the trigger to up to overtake, it goes up to hot lap only. But if you press the overtake button, that's how you get the overtake button. So that's how it works now. So I don't mind it. So that's a good thing, it needs fixing. So I don't mind it. So I'm not sure EOS is a bit powerful, or I'm not sure, but it does drain a little bit quickly if you're using overtake. So that's why I'm trying to avoid the overtake as much as I can. So in these races, so trying to save battery as much as I can in these races and all that. So sometimes if you're needing a race, you have to use hot lap on the exit and save a little bit before you get to the braking zone, or something like that. Or if you're following someone, it's fine if you're saving and get DRS and save a little bit of DRS, but it'd be difficult to overtake if someone using ERS as well, like overtake or DRS and all that. So I don't mind it, but they did a good job on the ERS and all that, so I don't mind it. Other thing needs fixing is the what else needs fixing on this game apart from the handling. I would say we need more save replays. That is one thing. Well, I say we need to save replay, so at least we can watch them back the whole race instead of showing like a bit of it. So PC can save the whole race, but we can't on consoles. That's a bit strange, but we need to save the whole thing. I think that thing needs to be on there as well. So in the settings side, and of course options as well. That's also needs fixing as well. I think the tyre temperatures, you know, like the tyre temperatures you trying to make the next temperature as possible, getting the right temperature for the race. You have to just make sure the tyre pressure has to go up to the max. On the rears, sometimes at the front, depends what circuit you're on, is to make sure you don't go overheated. If you make them low as possible, it gets really heated, so it's the other way around. So I was quite surprised with that when it came out. So I'm not sure that needs fixing, or maybe the temperature needs to be fixed a little bit more. So I hope they fix the tyre pressure one day, so to make it better for racing. And then I'm not sure it's better, or let me know if it is better. If it is better, I'm okay with it. I'll just need to try and see what I can do on the tyre pressures and all that. So on that bit, I haven't done time trials yet on this game. Doesn't make any difference on the tyre pressures, ERS, and of course the handling as well. But sometimes it depends on the steering wheel, it depends on the turning really, or braking or something like that. Not too bad at all. What else? So I was thinking like something like what? I know some of it needs fixing. So like the AI needs fixing. Like I think they go really quick on the straights and all that.
Nice one. Very lovely drive. On to the next one.
I think the AI needs fixing as well. Like how much faster on the straights using like EOS, and not just DRS, but EOS, they might be using it every single straight. They're much power every time we go on the straight, so we have to use our overtaking orbit. So I know AI needs fixing a little bit, a tiny bit, but on the pace-wise, so for EOS and all that. It's good for I mean, it's nice battles, freeway battles, it's nice battering, so I don't mind it. So it's just the AI needs to be a little bit nice on the pace-wise, like using EOS-wise. I was thinking like I have done some driver's career mode off screen, so doing it privately. So I'm not doing it for a driver's career mode. What I'm gonna do, it's just I'm just doing it for fun really. I know what needs fixing on driver's career is when you do your practice programs, like doing track isolation or something, or tyre wear tests, fuel, EOS management, race pace, qualifying pace, something like that. When you get the boosters, like, I don't know, follow the racing line or something, follow the, make sure you don't leave the track, like that one where I got a warning from. So, and also try get a perfect first sector or something to be quickest as you can. So, something like that. The time you've done your practice program, like a good score, a purple score, something like that, doesn't matter which one, it doesn't count as a booster when you've done the quickest first sector and also you didn't have the track and all that. Kind of in a weird way, but I just don't understand that. That means I have to do it again. That means I have to restart the session, do that practice program again to make sure I get that booster. So I know that one needs fixing, so for sure. So I hope they'll fix that in the next patch. So because that means I have to restart the session again and do that practice program again. Literally for no reason, because I've just literally done it. So, I know that one I know that's in driver's career. I know that one needs fixing. So, for sure. Sometimes, I don't know. It's a bit strange, because that never happened to me before, but when I do these practice programs. But that one, I know that one needs fixing for sure, so because every time I've done it, but I did do it, but sometimes it doesn't count, so I had to do it again, or restart the session again and do that practice program again, for no reason. So I had to do it again. So and then it does count the second time. So I hope that's fixing as well, for sure. So like that. Yeah. So sometimes legal overtakes. Sometimes you get hit for no reason, you got spun for no reason, and you get a penalty for that. Like I had at Silverstone in the previous video, where I got the 3-second penalty from. And also got a legal overtake on few occasions in some of the races. Sometimes, yeah, I think that needs fixing as well for online and multiplayer for Oni. I know that needs fixing, and I know Negro takes needs fixing as well. So, and also sometimes when someone push you off and then you try to go the best way you can, and you try to slow down, and you still get a penalty anyway if you cut the corner and all that. If it wasn't your fault, like Monza maybe at turn 1, when you're trying to go around the outside, someone hits you in the side, and then you got pushed off, and you can't go right anyway. It's a bit similar to that. It's always chaos at Monza for the first 2 corners anyway. So sometimes at Mexico, sometimes at Silverstone in orbit. If you go wide at turn 1, and then you cut the corner at turn 2. Well, on the there's like a pathway to it towards turn 3. Yes, sometimes you do get a corner cut penalty if you do slow down. It doesn't make any difference. And also Negro takes when someone is slowing down on the side and you're going as normally, and you were like at the back somewhere in few occasions. And then also you get hit from behind and you wasn't and you were centering anyway, then you got into a half spin, and then I happened to be at Silverstone in the previous video, so when I got a penalty from wasn't kind of my fault. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you check it out. That was on my PC video. I'll put it on the end of the screen so you can check it out at the end of the video, so at any time you want. Yeah, so those 3 penalties for no reason, those 3 there needs fixing for sure, because it doesn't make sense sometimes. So if you get hit, you get a new overtake, or you got pushed off and you have to go that way, you have no choice because it's too late. I know the penalty system needs fixing for sure on multiplayer. Sometimes it's just they haven't fixed it yet because sometimes EA and Codemasters or something like that just don't know what they're doing. So I'm surprised they haven't even done it yet. So I don't understand that. I don't get it. I don't get the company sometimes. I just hope they'll be looking into it more often, and hopefully they'll fix it in the future in the next one. So something like that. So yeah, so like I said earlier, when I said F2 cars will be on the game soon, around autumn time. So they'll be on there for sure for this year's game for 2024 F2 cars in real life. It will be in the autumn for sure. That'll be like after that few patches time. So maybe. I hope they'll fix more of this game on the not just the handling side, but the penalty system as well. Driver's career of the practice program needs fixing as well. Something like that. And also all others needs fixing as well. So something like that. So yeah, that's the few things I have to say about this game. The handling, the curves, driver's career, penalty systems, and of course the AI pace as well. So it needs to be calm a little bit, something like that. So yeah, so like that. That's what I have to say.
Nice one. Very lovely drive. On to the next one.
So yeah, so that's what I have to say on this F124, for just to let you know about my thoughts about it, what needs fixing, and one idea or 2 ideas on this game. So yeah, so that's for me today. So make sure you like, subscribe to your channel. They'll appreciate it a lot. They'll give me support and all that. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, they'll appreciate it a lot as well. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Have a nice day. Have a nice week. And see you guys next video. See you guys next time on F124. Have a nice day and see you there.